you read an example of a piece that has undergone transformation? And could you describe, perhaps after you're done reading it, what limbs have been lopped off? I mean,
I'm not going to read the parts that have been lopped off.
Well, no, I just mean.
But I can remember one. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, this one. If I talk about publishing, was rejected a lot. Even though at readings people liked it, but it got rejected a lot. And this is really And one of the editors, I won't mention her name, but she said that it was because it was too vulgar at the beginning, which I thought it's not either. But it wasn't that it was too vulgar. It was that it was information you didn't need. Really, was what was going on. But it was striking her that it didn't belong in the rest of the poem, which is right, or which I later thought was right. And then another editor said, "This is great. We're going to take it, but take off this first part because the poem really starts here," which I'm going to read now. It's called Aunt Florence. Visiting a relative whose fate had not yet been diagnosed, it is Florence who gulps down 2 barbiturates without water, marches into the white room and says brightly, "My God, honey, I hope you don't have a brain tumor." She and my stepfather once took turns trying to pull a telephone out of the wall. I think they wanted to deny each other the satisfaction of calling the police. She was fire, her auburn hair curled like leaves, chain-smoking, smoke curling above her head in fists, while he was a tidal wave, grown mad with volumes of whiskey, an alien, his face blue with explosion. Both survived the hollering, arms slung around shoulders, crying at the end for their children. His son sees him only on weeks Dad has seen the psychiatrist. Her daughter does not attend family functions. They miss out. On Florence's 5th marriage, as the license was written, her fiancé expressed amazement at the number of former husbands whose names she wrote out by hand. She paused, glared at the newcomer, said, "Listen, damn it, I was in demand." That's sort of a character sketch. But what had happened is there was like a 1, 2, 3, 4, third section or 5th section that sort of didn't add anything, and the original section, what started out, which I thought was a very funny line, was at the open house, Aunt Florence French kisses my boyfriend, and it goes on about losing teeth, false teeth, and things like that, which is funny, but actually the real character sketch starts with what she would say to a relative who is in the hospital and doesn't know what's wrong with them. You know, it really, it said to me later, it really started there. And I didn't listen to the one editor who wanted me to take it out because it was vulgar, because I didn't think that was right. So I left it in. And then the next editor said, "No, it's not vulgar. It's just that it doesn't. It starts later. You know, get them right away, almost." So it was kind of strange.
But that's an interesting example of the kinds of soundings that Diane was talking about. In terms
because it's pounds, sort of.
In terms of the soundings you get from other people, and whether they're on or off the mark. Yeah. In terms of whether they're useful for you or not.
I thought something might have been right about what she said, but I didn't agree with her reasoning, I guess, is more of it. Yeah.
Do you think that the fact that you didn't agree to her reasoning kept you from looking at?
So
perhaps whether she had a point?
I kept leaving it in and sending it out, and it still didn't get published until this one editor said, "No, just cut this." It had a good reason for why. But it was almost like getting in the way. So what I was saying before about, I'm trying not to listen to people's reasons why something shouldn't belong, but just the fact that something's not striking them right. I'm trying to listen to that more than what the reason is, because it may not, in fact, they may say it right and it may not make sense to me, you know, the way that I'm listening to what I'm writing.